Welcome back to You Live, and as it is Monday evening, Lily Richards from Unity Books wanders up the hill from Queen's High Street, I should say, and comes and reviews her book of the moment. And what a book tonight. What have you got?
What a book. It is so the book of the moment.
That's a good thing.
Emily Perkins' latest novel, The Forrests, Murray came away.
Now you're sitting at home, you're thinking, Emily Perkins, why do I know that name outside of being a fantastic author? Well, she also hosts TVNZ7's The Good Word, TVNZ7 being our smart older sister who went to university. Who's dying. Who's dying, yes.
Yeah, she hosts The Good Word, and she also wrote a novel about my wife, which got a lot of attention in 2009. I think it took out the New Zealand Post Book Award.
It's a fast turnaround, 2009, 2012.
Oh, yeah.
It takes some people like 10 years.
I know. And the novel about my wife also actually won the Believer Book Award. Did you know that?
The Believer? Your
mates.
You'd
like that.
Yes, big fan of that. It's McSweeney's magazine.
McSweeney's magazine.
Wow.
That publishing house puts out an awards based through the Believer, and what they do is they kind of pick up on sort of undercover novels, you know, ones that necessarily haven't been the big hitters, but that are definitely still worthwhile. Yeah. And so she won that, and that's, I mean, in my books anyway, that's huge. That's bigger than a Booker.
Oh, fantastic.
But this has got a little bit of buzz around the Booker. It was tipped to not just be on the long list or the short list, neither of which have been announced, but it was tipped to win.
Well, just before we get into The Forrests, why is the Booker Prize? Why is it the prize that people talk about?
I think there's a lot of money associated with it. I think it's like £50,000 or something like that. I could have just made that figure up, but I'm pretty sure it's
I love how you
roughly...
don't even know if you made it up or not.
I don't.
Okay.
I did research it at one point. It is a huge money winner.
Yeah.
And then there's a large amount of prestige that goes with it as well. So basically, if you're an author and you win the Booker, you can quit your day job. You can be a writer for the rest of your life.
And in your opinion, Lily, does she have a shot? Is it a fantastic book?
It's a really, really beautiful book. It's about this woman, Dorothy, and it's her family are a Bohemian American family that come over from the States because they've sort of been disconnected to their trust fund family heritage. And the husband's quite theatrical, and he's not very happy about this. And so he has quite a difficult time of it coming back to New Zealand. It's based in Auckland, so that's where the family grows up. And you see the story through the eyes of Dorothy, who's one of the daughters in this kind of quite large, rambling, bohemian shambles of a family.
Yep. And
they're always tight for money, and they end up going through sort of... You go in large chunks, so it's not entirely linear. But it's not confusing. You do kind of come and go throughout the protagonist's life, which is Dorothy, and you see the world through her eyes and the rest of the family as well. And it reminds me a little bit actually of the William Boyd novel In a Human Heart, because that story also is the sort of travels of one man's life from the very beginning to the very end, and so you stick with Dorothy for the whole time up until her death.
Is Dorothy likeable, or the whole time are you going, oh, Dorothy?
No, she's not a dislikable protagonist. I think there's like a rule, like you can't make your protagonist dislikable, otherwise you get...
That's why I hated High Fidelity. I just couldn't stand the main protagonist. Everyone's like, oh, it's an amazing novel. No, he's so annoying. Yeah. So Dorothy's not.
And the line of beauty as well, which I think won the Booker or the Orange, that's got an incredibly dislikable protagonist. That was the book that kind of broke the rule. But no, Dorothy's very likeable. She's very relatable. She has families and love affairs, and she's kind of, her heart really belongs to someone else the whole way through, but it's a really frustrated love situation, which is always really interesting.
Oh, the best ones are.
I know, you always have that, you know, you have that kind of like flame in the background, and so she follows that. And her family, of course, is fascinating, and it's really nice to read something that's based in Auckland in New Zealand, but it's not totally obsessed with its setting. So, you know, you don't get bogged down in the finer details, but Emily Perkins can write a sentence beautifully, you know, like, but she's not pedantic about it either. Charlotte Ryan interviewed her and said that she thought her writing was really elegant, and Emily Perkins said, oh, thank you, but I kind of like to think that it's a bit rougher than that, because I get really bored by elegant writing.
Totally.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a writer who wants to show you how good they are at writing, as opposed to just writing really well. And you know, you always get that sort of contrived sense of like, yeah, we get it, man, like, but come on, just get into it more.
Yeah.
So you don't get that with Emily.
No, you don't have to skip through the descriptions in order to get to the plot. The plot is married lovingly with the descriptions, and she just has a wonderful turn of phrase. She can really kind of draw things out, and she can describe moments and places. Awesome. It's a beautiful book.
All right, and is it available now? Is it officially out?
It is officially out. The launch of it is tonight, but it's in bookstores now, so come and get it.
Go and purchase The Forrests from Unity Books, Emily Perkins. Go and support New Zealand authors as well. I'm going to go to a video clip right now, but when we come back, funnily enough, segues and LinkedIn relationships, because Emily Perkins spoke at Lily's True Stories Out Loud event, which just went on Saturday, as did our very own Guy Montgomery, and there's 3 more to come, so we're going to go to a song and come back and talk about that. And Matt, I forgot what song it is.
The Strokes.
Oh, what a song. Last Night.